My name is Matthew Patrick Davis. Hi.
Hi. So, congrats on your amazing work in Barbarian. Everyone I know is freaking out about the movie. How did you feel watching it for the first time?
It was fun to see with an audience, and I'm so grateful that it is in actual theaters and I've gotten to see it with audiences because I know how it goes, and but it's great to feel it with people that have no idea how it's going to go and hear them literally scream in the audience
Yeah.
or laugh because so much of it is funny too.
Uh,
Um,
for people that maybe don't know, what was your involvement in this film? Who did you play?
oh well, spoiler alert.
Uh-huh.
Because
Uh-huh.
my character is a kind of a spoiler, right?
They're warned. They know.
They know. So I'm the mother, obviously. I
Clearly.
mean, you look at me and you
You made
see,
your
oh,
own. Yeah.
he clearly played a large naked feral woman.
Yeah. You really did. How would you describe that character to someone who's okay with spoilers and is curious to know what was going on?
Um, yeah, I mean that was the short way I would say. Yeah, I just went to Bulgaria and played a large naked feral woman that's capable of acts of extreme violence and has been trapped in a weird sub basement her whole life.
Mhm.
Um, but I mean, the key to that character, I was very grateful that Zach Kreger, the writer director, early on told me to look up feral children, which I didn't even really know what that was until I started Googling it. And these are real life kids that have been raised in captivity, treated like animals, not spoken to in their formative years, and so will never learn to speak. And so they would be like now 20-year-olds and they would be described as 2-year-olds in a 20-year-old body or that kind of thing. And that just like opened up, it explained why mother is nonverbal. It explained like, oh, she isn't just like murdering because she loves a murdering. She like is an animal trapped in a corner, or she's scared, or she doesn't understand it, or she treats a human like an object and just like a kid throwing their blocks off the table or something. And then yeah, so I was just so grateful like I could approach this character from a place of empathy as opposed to just going rar.
Was your research journey as disturbing as it sounds?
Yes, it was exciting as an actor, but it was deeply depressing as a
Yeah.
human.
Uh-huh.
And then
Yeah.
also as a YouTube user, I'm probably now flagged.
You're on a
No, I don't know.
list.
I'm on a list.
You
Yeah.
are. Were you surprised by audiences' like incredible response to this movie?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, very pleasantly surprised. Like, I knew the script was good. I knew all the actors were good. And, but, but I also knew that I was very biased. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah. So when that like Rotten Tomatoes score first came out and then just like all the people that have reached out, it's been great.
I've been told that you're a theater artist, so I'm wondering
Hmm.
how did that play into how you approached this role?
Well, because I'm tall and skinny, I'm 6'8". Like part of being an actor is using your physicality, and so in the past, I've like as a kid, I was inspired by lanky physical comedians, and was like, oh, I could maybe use my height for perhaps comedic purposes, and then a little later when I discovered who Doug Jones was, and was like, wait, that guy in Pan's Labyrinth is the Silver Surfer, is the fish guy in Hellboy, is all the, I was like, oh, I could use my tall skinny for perhaps, frightening purposes too. Um, and so anyway, so I think that's the through line is my height puts me in kind of a character role realm,
Cool.
which I'm not sure if that's what you asked. You asked about theater.
I did, I did, I did, but that's fine. Do you know Doug?
Yeah. Well, so he and I have happened to have the same manager, and because of that, yeah, I've met him at my manager's house, and then Doug and I got on a long Zoom call before I went to Bulgaria to shoot Barbarian, and I was able to just barrage him with questions, and then recently, yeah, we did. grab lunch and stuff. And so he's taking me under his prosthetic wing.
My
And
God,
yeah,
Tall
he's
Skinny
nice.
Incorporated. That's cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
What's your personal relationship with horror? Be honest.
What, do people lie to you?
I mean, I'm Dread Central, so like I worry that they would, you know,
Oh,
you
that
know,
they would judge it up.
they'd have to. But I really
Yeah.
want to know what's the truth. What's the truth about your
Oh,
relationship with the spooks?
yeah. Josh, I'm an open book.
Okay.
Um, uh, yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean, I've always loved The Shining. Like I even wrote a parody musical of it at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater, and or like Evil Dead 2, like
Oh yeah.
you know, the best.
Mm.
But I do have a lot of horror blind spots to this very day,
Mm.
and I don't seek it out that much on my own, left to my own devices.
Mm.
So when I was ramping up to go to Bulgaria last summer, and then when I was there on set too, I was asking Zach. I mean, Zach is obviously a huge horror fan, and one of the new Regency producers, Elena, she was also a big fan. So I was like, "All right, what are your faves? Tell me what to watch." And then I would go home and sit in the hotel in Sofia, Bulgaria, by myself and watch movies and feel bad.
Like what?
But
What did they
well,
give you?
so yeah, so that was the first time I had seen Hereditary,
Ooh.
which is, and I now have since rewatched it. Which yeah, and I feel like I could rewatch it again. I mean, yeah, it's not a hot take or anything. That movie's good.
It's a little too good, if you ask me.
Too good?
A little too good. No, I'm kidding. I mean,
Too
I
good for its
prefer
own
the
good.
campier bullshit, like
Oh, really?
but I mean, listen, that's if you're looking to get bummed out, that's there for you. It's ready.
Yeah, I mean, and then Zach loves Audition, the Japanese movie Audition, and so I
Oh.
watched that too, and I was bummed out by that last scene.
Yeah, yeah, things don't work out for him, but that's okay because he's
No,
a jerk.
exactly. He gets what's coming to him.
Kinda. Uh, any chitter chatter about a Barbarian sequel yet?
Well, I mean, like Zach's joke has been, oh, so mother survives the gunshot and then she reintegrates into society and gets her driver's license and a Tinder profile and
Genre switch.
yeah, exactly. Um,
Cute.
I don't know. There have been chitter chatters maybe about a prequel or something.
Cool.
Could
Okay.
be. It'd be tough because what I love is what Zach doesn't show in Barbarian. Like you push in the VHS tape and then you don't see what's on the VHS tape. You like cut to the house and there's almost like a moment of silence for the victims. And
Yeah.
then so to go back and like look at what Frank is up to, I don't know how you do that without it being just very deeply depressing.
I mean, listen, Ari Aster can do it. Why not you?
Yeah.
Speaking of
I'm not saying that I don't want to. I'll like for selfish reasons, sign me up.
I mean, we want it too. I have to say, I'm not just saying it because you're here. The only five-star movie of the year has to be Barbarian.
Are
Sorry.
you
I
serious?
would not want to be another horror movie in 2022. I just wouldn't want to be them. That's my truth. I'm sorry. Speaking of Tall Skinny Incorporated, did you get to
Yeah.
meet Richard Brake?
Yes. Yeah, because he doing his old age makeup for that scene. That was the same makeup crew that was doing my makeup. So I like got out of the chair and he got in the chair and then I was shooting a thing and then came back and he was all done. And then we have a picture together of us in our makeup yeah, and then he also he's starting to loop me into like the horror convention scene, which
Yeah.
I'm sure you're very familiar with, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be possibly a part of your future. Yeah.
Do you think? Like what should am I going to be selling or like signing milk bottles and giving them to people?
Okay, well, that brings me to my next, maybe last question.
Okay.
I'm sorry to ask it, but that breastfeeding scene, what was that like on set? What was like the tone in the room? Was people trying not to laugh, or was everyone freaked out?
Yeah, I'm very grateful that Justin Long, who I've been a fan of since he was on Ed and in Galaxy Quest and stuff. I've been such a fan of his for so long.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so grateful that he is also the nicest person in the world and has a great sense of humor and never once made it weird, because I was very aware, like, oh boy, we're gonna do some weird things together. I hope he's cool, you know. And and well, and then I have you read about like the deleted scene?
No.
So the after the breastfeeding scene, we shot a scene where Mother grabs a rat,
Right.
bites the head off the rat, chews it up, and then baby birds it into Justin's mouth.
So,
And I know, right? She just wants to feed her baby.
I love that.
And we did that. And like, to Justin's great credit, I was like, so you all right with this? And he's like, well, it's definitely the grossest thing, so we have to do it, you know.
Oh, okay. I hope. Yeah, so you filmed it. I hope I get to see it. I hope that.
I'm sure they'll do some extended cut, or it'll be on the Blu-ray, you know, or whatever.
Okay, well, thank you for chatting with me today. This was a
Thank
blast.
you, Josh.
Yeah, and good luck with everything moving forward. I hope we get a sequel.